Hello there, Vanguard. This is Kenny from Team Dragonoidz, bringing you my very first deck profile on my Kagero deck. I call it Aleph The End. So let's get right to it. First off, we have a starter, Lizard Soldier Conroe. If he gets ridden, he moves to the rear guard, and you can retire him with one counterblast to search out any grade 1 or lower Kagero from your deck to your hand. So very versatile card, only running once, he's okay, so he's good. So let's put him out here. For the trigger lineup, I play 3 heals. No 4. 4 seems to clog in my hand, draw into it. See it as my very first damage. I don't like that. I really hate it when that happens. I believe there are triggers that can be used more efficiently. 3 seems to work just fine. I won the last tournament, so I know it works. We have 3 stand triggers. I'm a big fan of stand triggers because I play big monsters. They give a good push, and it's very good. It just gives a very big push actually. People don't expect it, they always guard against critical triggers. And speaking of criticals, we have 4 Embodiment of Spirit Tars. You need them for my right chain, my superior right. So, and of course, it's a crit. Everybody loves criticals, right? Now, draw triggers, I'm running 6 of these. Why 6? I run Dragonoidz Overlord The End, and if I don't play draw triggers, my hand is gonna be empty really fast. So unfortunately I have to play them. I am not a big fan of them. On the bright side, they're 5k shields when I need them, so I don't have to guard with all those 10ks all the time. As for our grade 3s, we play 2 Embodiment of Victory Alephs. He's my superior right card. You only run him twice because you don't want to draw into him. 1 should be enough, but if you draw into him, you're screwed. 2 works good for me. So he has a counterblast of 4, which is a lot, to give him 3000 more attack boost, setting him to 1300 and 1 critical. Good if you have a bar on the back row, so you can get a 21k lineup. Nothing too great, but you're gonna use the Soul Blast much more often. If you have, where is he? Dragonoidz Aleph, this guy. If you have, where is he? Embodiment of Armor Bark. And Tar here. If you have those 3 on the field, along with Dragonoidz Aleph as the Vanguard, you can counterblast 1 and superior right this guy. But the effect is flip all your damage face up. This effect is great. It's just great. Maybe I'll change it once Comic Style comes out and we have our damage hand flipper, but I don't know, I just might keep this in. I will love that guy. Next up, we have 4 Dragonic Overlords, because Dragonic Overlord is awesome. He's an 11k beater with counterblast 3. If he hits a rear guard, he can stand again. I prefer this lineup with him as my Vanguard, Aleph I mean, and Dragonic Overlord as my rear guard. Use Dragonic Overlord's rear effect as rear guards, and you just boost him to attack the rear guard. They will almost always block him. Almost always. So you are gonna get blocked. Unless you do it late game when you know your opponent can block it. They block it, you attack with the Vanguard after that, and oh, we get our stand trigger. Dragonic Overlord stands, boosts himself to 21k, and you just keep on wailing those rear guards again because he still has that effect. So usually, if they block it and you draw a stand trigger after it, yeah, their frontline rear guards are gone. They won't be guarding it. And our last 2 2 Dragonic Overlord, The Ends. Why The Ends? Well, first off, he's awesome. He's an 11k beater, which you don't often find in defense. In defensive purposes, it's really good. If Dragonic Overlord is in the soul, he gets plus 2000 attack, which sets him to 1300, which is the reason why I play it. Only twice. And his Persona Blast is nothing special, I believe. I never used it. Doesn't seem to go off frequently. Counter Blast 2 if the attack hits a Vanguard, I believe. I'm not entirely sure for that. Nope. Simply when it hits, even the rear guards, you can just throw away the end from your hand, so he can stand again. I didn't use it for that effect. Now onto our grade 2s. I play 4 Dragon Knight Alephs. Pretty obvious because this is my right chain, my superior guide card. You need him 4 times to make it consistent. At the cost of 1, you can place, if he's the Vanguard, you can place 1 tar and 1 bark from your rear guard circle. A superior call, superior ride, Aleph embodiment of victory Aleph. So yeah, nothing much to say. 9k beat, 9k, it's not great, but well, Aleph's effect makes more than up for it. Next up we have 2 Blazing Horn Dragons. If your Vanguard is an Overlord card, he gets plus 3000 when he attacks. So with bar he can get a 20k lineup pretty easily. Fortunately only 9k, but 10k would be too strong, right? Next up, 2 Wyvern Strike Tejas. Tejas is cool if you go first. Yeah, your opponent just rides his grade 1, puts the grade 0 on the rear guard. And when it's your turn again, you either ride this card to attack that grade 0, or you can just simply write something else and put him on the rear guard to attack that grade 0. That grade 0 usually has too much of a benefit compared to the other guys, so that's why I prefer to attack the starter with it. It's okay. It's a good effect, not great, that's why I only run twice. And we have 4 Dragon Knight Nehagans. 10k vanilla, nothing much to say about it. That's it. As for grade 1 lineup, we have 4 Embodiment of Armored Tars. Sorry for the bad views, guys. Can't help it with the damn light. This might help. No, this does not. He's 8k vanilla, that's it. Next up we have 2 Iron Tail Dragons. Yeah, you can't see it again. This is the guy. 7k beater at the cost of a counter blast. He gains 1000 attack. So he can make an 18k, 90k, 20k or 21k lineup depending on how much counter blast you need. Usually I use him as a 8k. He's a good grade 1 to ride. Nothing too special. Lack of better boosters actually. Next up we have 1 Lizard Soldier Robia. If your opponent only has 2 or less rear guards, this guy becomes a 10k booster for your Vanguard. So there's not a lot to say about it. He's good. I usually attack the rear guards mostly to bring them to 2. You easily get a 21k lineup. Nothing really much to say. Next, 1 Flame of Promise Ergmo. If you Soul Blast 1 and it boosts an unit with Overlords in its card name, he becomes a 10k booster. So that's it, nothing great. But it works. 21k lineups are always good in this deck, since I can be seeming to get much more lineup compared to other decks. But it's consistent. Next up we have 2 demonic dragon mage Kimnaras. At the cost of 1 counterblast, you can soul charge this card and retire 1 grade 1 unit from your opponent. Usually use it to break down yeah, an annoying lineup. 2, because I just like blowing up stuff. Although this deck doesn't really blow up a lot, it forces. It's counterblast heavy. That's why the Aleph build. It breaks yeah, certain tactics. And as a last one, we have 3 Vanguard berries, our sentinel from the deck. 4 seems to be a little bit too much. 3 seems to work out just fine as I want it. So usually you only use 1 every duel, but if you have 2, like, you can have that extra defense in your hand with the draw triggers, it helps. And really nothing much to say about this. So, just for the record, we have 13 grade 1s. 13. We have, I believe, 12 grade 2s. 25. We have 8 grade 3s. Put ourselves at 33. Starter 34. And 16 triggers. 3 heal, 3 stand, 4 crits, and 6 draws. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to comment and like our team. Go Team Dragonoidz!